As long as you are living in that world of expectation, you lose. Take the words that they're throwing at you that may be really negative and insulting and hurtful, and just like imagine you have this invisible shield on you that just like reflects it, right? Or like your Matrix style, like it's just going over you, you don't feel it. So how many things in your life are you taking for granted? What's up, Believe Nation? It's Evan. My one word is believe, and I believe in you. I believe you have Michael Jordan level talent at something, and I want you to find it, embrace it, and use it to make a difference. Now, one of the things I see in a lot of entrepreneurs is they have a negative attitude that they hold on to, where if you want to win, you got to embrace the other side. You got to let go of the negativity, let go of the negative people, the mindset, the belief system that's holding you where you are. And so that's the point. In this video, we're going to talk about the 7 ways to destroy your negative attitude. Also, if you want to know my strategies and the strategies of other successful entrepreneurs and how to build confidence, check out my 254 Confidence series, where every day for the next 254 days, I will send you a 30-second to 5-minute video for free delivered to your inbox to help you build unstoppable confidence. The link is in the description below. Surround yourself with greatness. If you want to be more confident, you need to surround yourself with things that make you feel confident. Realizing that any big endeavor is the collection of a lot of small steps that came before. If you're doing work that you love, you're more likely to follow through. You're more likely to do it because it doesn't feel like work, because you love doing it. Okay, let's kick it off with number 1, release people from your expectations. This is one that is so crazy. Oh, it's so crazy. So many people are in a negative spot because they expect other things from people. If you can just release people from their expectations. You expect your parents to be this way. You expect that person that you helped out to pay you back and be friendly and help you out on a favor. We just expect other people to do things for us. Even if you've given, even if the expectation is deserved, holding on to the expectation, holding on to the resentment doesn't let you go forward. I was speaking with a guy in Boston recently, and he comes up to me and he says, I do so much work in the community. I volunteer and I help out. I've helped so many people build their initiatives in our community, in my city of Boston. And then I tried to build mine, and very few of them came back and helped me. None of them wanted to assist me in helping me do what I wanted to do. And I gave them so much. I don't get it. I'm pissed off. I'm upset. As long as you are living in that world of expectation, you lose. Release some of the expectation. Expect nobody to come back and help you. Now what? Now what do? How do you build, right? Be happy with that. Now in reality, you won't have everybody who doesn't help you. But there's gonna be a lot of people who, for their own reasons, like they may not be bad people, they're just busy, or they have other things, or other priorities, or they didn't see your email. There's lots of reasons. But they just don't wanna support you right now, or they can't. That's okay. I make tons of videos for free for you every single day to try to help build you up. And when I ask for something like, hey, can you guys buy my book or buy my second book or take some other kind of action? Most of you don't even respond. Most of you don't say no. Most of you just don't even reply back. And that's okay. That doesn't bother me. I still make videos for you. I still do my best. And some of you turn up, and some of you buy 10 books, and some of you share it with your friends, and some of you are hardcore fans, and I love you, and I appreciate you. I'm so grateful for you. But I don't expect that from you either. And so it's putting out and giving out and enjoying the process and knowing that you're doing the right thing and that doing the right thing is always the right thing without the expectation of getting something back. Using giving as its own reward instead of only giving in expectation of receiving. That's the difference. Because if you're always living in that world of receiving, of expecting, of getting something back, you lose. You lose, you'll always be negative. Game over. You can't be positive moving forward, because you're just waiting on somebody else to get back to you when you're pissed at them. As long as you're pissed in that negative spot, you will not be productive and moving towards your dreams. So let people go from your expectations of them. Way number 2 is change your environment. Your environment is so important. If you're around negativity constantly, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna be negative. It's really hard to be the only positive person in an entirely negative community. And listen, that's rough. That's for a lot of people. Maybe everybody around you is negative. Maybe your parents are negative and your friends are negative and your aunts and uncles and like every human being you know is negative. Now what do? How do you solve that problem? I would try to mute the people. I would try to limit exposure to those people. You may not be able to cut off access to your mom, but maybe you limit exposure. You don't talk about certain topics. You cut back the number of hours you spend there. And in every hour you free up, you spend time meeting new people. Even if it's just online people, even just hanging around Oprah Winfrey online will shift your perspective. If you spend an hour a day, instead of talking to negative people and spend that time watching Oprah Winfrey videos, your perspective will shift. Your environmental trigger shift will shift your mindset, will make you more positive, will make you more optimistic, especially when consuming content of people who came from a really negative spot. Like Oprah Winfrey's background is ridiculous, ridiculously terrible, impoverished, not having parents, abuse, going to school in potato bags, like just ridiculous stuff happened to her. And she got to where she is. So being around her positive message from someone who's gone through exactly what you might be going through, or probably what she went through is worse than what you're going through right now, is the mindset shift that you can need. So whether you're actually reaching out and meeting people at local meetups or going to local events or connecting to local clubs or doing your best to do outreach, or whether it's just using online aspirational mentors to help you get to where you need to go, shifting your environment, spending less time with negative people and more time with positive people will shift your perspective and make you less negative too. Number 3 is have empathy. When somebody's coming at you with a ton of negativity, try to step above it and just have empathy for their situation. Just try to take the words that they're throwing at you that may be really negative and insulting and hurtful, and just like imagine you have this invisible shield on you that just like reflects it, right? Or like your Matrix style, like it's just going over you, you don't feel it, or the words bounce off and fall on the floor. Just try to avoid the words for a few seconds and just try to think about that person. Think about their life, think about the mindset, think about where they're coming from, and think, would you want their life? Like if you know them, if there's somebody close to you, it's easy to do. You know their life. Think, do you want their life? You know, if they're 75 years old and never got to follow their dream and now are hating on you for following your dream, like do you want to trade spot? Do you want to be that person? Do you want to be 75 years old and have tried your dream and failed and never got the chance or never took the chance to go do it again? Like you don't want that person's life. So you don't want anything to do with how they think. And so having a little bit of empathy for where they're coming from allows you to shift your perspective to say, okay, that's why this person is so hateful. Like look at their life. If you don't know the person, then just imagine it. So I do this, or I did this a lot in the early days of my YouTube channel when I got a hate comment, when somebody would hate on my video. Not because of anything wrong with the video, they hated on me, or they hated on the person I was profiling, or they hated on another person leaving a comment on the channel. And at the start, it really bothered me, and I tried to shift the perspective, and I tried to work with them, or I got really combative. And now I always lead from a place of empathy. Like, can you imagine somebody coming to your channel, leaving an absolutely hateful comment, and that's how they get satisfaction? Like that's how they get a little boost in their day. The thing that gives them a little bit of energy in the day is hating on somebody else's YouTube videos, or hating on somebody else's creative expression. How bad does your life have to be that that's the highlight of your day? And so I just try to imagine this person, what their life looks like, and how I would never want to step into that person's life. How bad an environment they must have right now. And so I feel sorry for them. And having that empathy can remove the sting of the words, because you still see the words, but if you have a little context of what's behind the words, then it's less likely to actually sting you, even though they're saying the same words. Point number 4 is change your routine. You are a product of your environment and your routines. You're a product of what you do every day. So if you wake up one day and you're negative, and one day that you're positive, and then the next day you're negative, and the next day you're negative again, like there's no consistency in your routine. And a lot of people wake up like an accident. A lot of people wake up and they have no plan, they have no routine, they fall into their day. They wake up and they check their phone, and now you're just immediately responding to other people's emergencies through email and social media. You have no set defined routine, and so you just take on everybody else's agenda for your time. Block that off. Like you gotta do the thing in the morning that gets you feeling positive. This is a great exercise to go through. Think about when you felt the most positive, the most bold, the most alive, the most courageous, and just dissect what happened before. Were you watching a video? Were you reading a book? Were you having a conversation? Were you hugging your cat? Were you at the gym? Like, what were you doing that gets you into a positive mindset? If, for example, it's dancing. Dancing makes you feel happy. Dancing shifts your mood immediately into a positive one. Great. Start every morning dancing. Wake up, put on your playlist, and jive it out. Put on a song that automatically makes you want to be happy and dance. And pick a couple songs, because the same song won't work forever. So you have a rotation of songs. Or if it's watching a video, there's tons of videos. Or if it's reading a book, there's tons of books. Listen to podcasts, there's tons of podcasts. Start your day with a thing that makes you feel positive. Because if you wake up feeling negative, there aren't that many people who wake up and you're like, yes, what a day, I can't wait for this day to start, right? And you wake up and you're tired. You might have had a bad sleep. Most people wake up neutral. And so if you do the thing that then allows you to have a positive viewpoint on life, and do that with intention, schedule the first 10, 15 minutes of your day with intention, you are much more likely to achieve that intention. Where if you have no intention, you're much more likely to just respond to everybody else's needs for your time and dive down into a really negative spot. Way number 5 to destroy your negative attitude is to have gratitude. It's really hard to be really grateful for something and negative at the same time. Think about how fortunate you are to live your life. Think about, like, you have internet access. You can watch this video. You know, you're growing up, if you're in North America, you have nothing to complain about compared to a lot of other places in this world. And so just having some gratitude for the health of the people around you, for the country that you live in, for the air that we still get to breathe, that you can look out a window and still see trees. Like, I try to mix it up between something big, like I get to do this amazing work, I get to help entrepreneurs, I just came back from Boston and helped all these people, like something kind of mission driven, something family, like I'm so grateful for my wife and my parents and they're still alive and we're all healthy, and my dogs and they're amazing, they give me energy and fun every day. And it's something that is easy to miss, right? Why do people love rainbows so much and they never notice a sunrise or sunset? Because the rainbow is rare, because the rainbow doesn't happen all the time. Like, wow, look at the rainbow. But you don't often say, wow, look at that sunset. But it happens every day. You're awake. You're awake every single day when the sun sets. Maybe the sun rises too. But you take it for granted because it's just happening. So how many things in your life are you taking for granted? So I will be grateful for, this table. This table is amazing. It's like the perfect height, right? Gets to hold my books. Everything is awesome. I'm grateful for this hoodie. I love this hoodie, right? It allows the mic to be clipped perfectly on the zipper, because my other hoodie is just a turtleneck and it's harder to clip them, like those kinds of things. Being grateful for seemingly insignificant things, but it actually adds value to my life. And so mixing up between something big, mission-driven, between family and personal connections and relationships, and then something seemingly insignificant and small, that is the hidden beauty, is the sunset and sunrise instead of only looking for the rainbows. It's really hard to be grateful for what's happening in your life and negative at the same time. So to eliminate the negativity, inject a little more gratitude. Way number 6 to destroy your negative attitude is to do work you love. When you get to do work that you love, it's really hard to be negative, right? And it doesn't mean that every day is amazing. I wake up and I do work that I love, but there's still moments and there's still days that are bad, where just chaos happens, things blow up, it didn't go as planned, I fail, my team fails, we make mistakes all over the place. That still happens. But net, I get to do work that I love. Where if you're doing work that you hate, it's really hard to wake up and be happy. When you're doing work that you hate, you have to force yourself every day to think, okay, why? How am I grateful for this crappy job? How am I grateful for this terrible boss? What lessons am I learning through all this? The mental exercise you have to force yourself through. And so doing work that you love, or at least making a plan to get to the work that you love, if you want to eventually be an entrepreneur, then at least pick an industry where you can learn from it. You have the job that's giving you the skills so you can map to you becoming that entrepreneur that you want, as opposed to staying in this job that you really hate. And so you don't necessarily have to burn the boats, quit your job, throw stuff around your boss's office so that there's no chance of you ever coming back. But if you're not doing work that you love, at least having a plan to work towards it. Whether that plan happens this week, next week, 3 months, a year, like you're working towards making that plan happen. And if you're seeing progress, you're seeing hope, it's a lot easier to be happy during the day. Where if you feel like you're stuck in this job, doing work that you hate forever and ever and amen, it's really hard for you ever to be a really happy person. And way number 7 to destroy your negativity is to know and live your one word. I think one of the biggest reasons why people aren't happy is they don't know themselves. They have zero self-awareness. And if you don't know yourself, your one word is your most important core value. If you don't know what it is, then you end up living somebody else's life. You end up taking on other people's values. When somebody tells you, can you do this, or please do that, or you have to do this, you'll end up wanting to do it because they have confidence in that thing and you don't have any confidence in yourself. If you don't know what you stand for, then you don't know what you stand against. You have no walls. And so people will walk all over you. And it may feel wrong, or it may feel like you have a lot more potential inside you. It doesn't necessarily mean you're in the mud. It doesn't mean like you hate your life completely. But self-awareness for me is a big factor. I think when you know yourself, when you know your most important core value, when you know what that stands for, then it allows you to create a business and a life that is with intent, that is purposeful, that is meaningful. And the people who don't fit in, who don't have a similar value to you, who don't believe the things that you believe, you will never be happy working with them. And so if you have the awareness to know what you stand for and what you stand against, then those people kind of bounce off you. And they can go off and do something else. It's just not with you. And it doesn't mean they're bad people. They could be amazing people, just not amazing with you. So let them go off and do that thing instead of keeping them kind of infected into your life. When you have that stability, it's like the rock solid foundation. When you have the rock solid foundation of what you stand for, your one word, your most important core value, then it allows you to build that path with confidence, which will allow you to be happy and purposeful and meaningful. So that's my take on the 7 ways to destroy your negative attitude. I would love to know which of the 7 was the most meaningful to you and why. Is there an 8, 9, 10 you want to add to the list? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I believe in you. I hope you continue to believe in yourself and whatever your one word is. Much love. I'll see you soon.
Altruistic, world domination, honey empire, right?
I'm grateful. I understand why I'm here.
I think because I am so open.
I want you to think and say, it's a bloody brief life.
All of you have the potential for enormous success.
If you want to know what Gary Vee, DJ Khaled, Oprah, and others know about empire building that most people miss, check out the link in the description for a free bonus video.